This is DeerTech TV.
So we know a hunter's time is valuable. Oftentimes when you've got to put your food plots in, you've got one weekend to get it done. You don't want to haul a lot of equipment in and out and make lots of passes over your ground. So with a Woods food plot seeder, you can do it all with one tool. So this product was designed with considerations to all users for different types of seeders. But this specifically, this food plot seeder, is the ideal tool for whitetail hunters. You want to put down different types of green material for your deer to eat. This is the tool that's going to get it done efficiently. You can spend less time in the field, less time with your prep, and more time enjoying the land that you're cultivating. The unique features on this seeder include 3 ground engaging tools: front disc blades, spike drive roller, cast iron rear cultipacker. So this allows you to use this machine as a tillage tool. You can shut off the whole seeding system and use this as your disc. Obviously you've got the seeding system, you can engage and put down your seed, and then you've got the cast iron cultipacker at the rear that will firm your seed bed so you don't have to make additional passes for incorporating seed or firming the soil. This machine also contains a patented calibration process. It's a small quantity seed calibration process that you can do with the seeder sitting right here on the ground. We have a crank handle that you use to turn the seed meters and a catch tray to catch the seed so that you can measure it with a simple household dish and food scale. We put a lot of effort and attention into the calibration process for these products. We focused on trying to make it efficient and easy for those people that want to spend less time working with their machine, working on the land, and more time enjoying the land. The calibration system for our seeders is exclusive to Woods. You can do it 2 different ways. You can do it in motion, or you can do it stationary, which is my preferred method because you could do it on your trailer. You use a crank handle that's attached to the seeder. You engage that to the seed shaft and you can meter the seed for each of the boxes individually. And we have a capture tray that's also attached to the seeder that captures a small quantity of seed, and then through just some simple multiplication, it will tell you your pounds to the acre for your seed rate. You can dial this seeder in with exact precision. We know seed's expensive, and you don't want to have to make trips back to get more seed because you put down more than you planned. So if you're interested in a wood seeder or any other implement to put behind your tractor to help maintain your land, go to woodsequipment.com. Try our Match My Tractor feature on our website, and you can put in your tractor model and it'll direct you to the implement that's ideal for your tractor.
Every time we have the privilege of bringing our children into the wonderful world of hunting, we face challenges that are paired with our kids' rapid growth rates. This can result in buying new sets of clothes every year, new boots, and even equipment like bows or arrows. Well, Brad Rux, who has 5 kids of his own who all hunt, was able to sit down with elite archery representative Trent Kleberger to ask about their solutions to help keep the kids equipped and happy while at the same time keeping more money in the pockets of parents.
Trent, I have a number of kids, you know, and as they're growing, it's always so expensive to keep them in gear. You know, what should I look for when I buy them a new bow?
You know, something that's extremely adjustable, both draw length and poundage wise. One thing that we've had the Ember, you know, the last few years, that's been a fantastic bow for us. We actually improved on that this year, made a longer version of that. So especially more for your teenage kids that want to end up getting to 70 pounds, we created the Basin. That bow will go from 20 pounds to 70 pounds from 16-inch draw length all the way to 30. So
wow, and that is so crucial. I can give you this story. My 8th grader, between 7th and 8th grader, went from a size 9 shoe to his size 12 shoe. You know, and at the same time, his arms are growing and everything else is growing. And if you buy a bow that's not that adjustable, I'm going to be buying a new bow. I mean, I'm buying new boots all the time. I'd be buying new bows.
Right. You know, and that's where the, you know, again, the Basin falls right into that for that purpose, you know, and even our other bows. I mean, that's all of our bows in our lineup, you know, have fantastic both poundage and draw length adjustment, you know, in the terrain. That bow will adjust 15 pounds, you know, and from 25 to 31 and a half. So the Envision will go from 23 and a half all the way to 30 and a half. So huge variety in what our bows offer for adjustability.
Which is really nice. That adjustable for draw length is really nice. Everybody should tweak it a little bit, you know, and find out where they're comfortable when they're shooting. So it may, from bow to bow, even though you normally shoot a 30, it may be 29 and a half, or it may be 30 and a half on this new bow, yeah. And it just feels better to you.
Yeah, and like in the Envision, you know, if you're that finicky to where it's a 1/4 inch, you know, our bows will go in a 1/4 inch adjustment too. So it fits everybody to whatever level you want to be at.
And it's super easy. It's not something, you don't even have to take it to a bow press.
No bow press needed for our bow. So
yeah, no professional. You read the information and anybody can do it.
You can certainly do it yourself, but yeah. You know, if you need help with a professional, they're there to help you too. So
and that's what they're there for. You know, I tell everybody, because you know, you could go into a box store, right, and buy some sort of bow, but when you go into the independent dealers, those guys know what they're doing first off.
Yep.
And they want you to be successful, so they're trying to set you up with the best bow for you.
They're going to make your experience a lot better than what you're going to get, you know, just trying to do it on your own, no doubt about it.
So when I buy this new bow, do I have to buy all independent accessories?
That bow does come, the Basin and the Ember both come in a ready-to-shoot package. It's going to come with the rest, sight, stabilizer, quiver, so pretty much everything you need to get going with it.
Nice. So basically tie on a string loop and you're good to go.
Yeah, basically. And your pro shop will do that for you too. So
boy, it doesn't get better than that.
No, it's easy as it gets.
Hi, I'm Corinne Johan Bundy with the Outdoor Group and Elite Archery. The 2022 Elite Basin defines new standards for bows in a price point category. At just $5.99, this bow features a lifetime warranty with Elite's Hunt Guarantee, which means if you're on location, something goes wrong with your bow, we will get a bow expedited out to you right away so you can continue your hunt. The Elite Basin is made up of machined aluminum components, and you will not find plastic anywhere. From the cams, the mods, the limb pockets, the risers, we don't skimp any corners, and bows in this price point traditionally contain a bunch of plastic, which you will not find on the Basin. This bow reaches 20 to 70 pounds draw weight and will accommodate archers of 15 to 30 inches of draw length. You can also add a limb stop so that archers that are younger with a shorter draw length won't have form flaws and have a nice firm back wall to pull into. The bow features nearly a 7-inch brace height, which is ultra forgiving for new archers, and really allows archers to get into the sport at a reasonable price at $5.99. You can also add our RTS, our ready-to-shoot package, for another $100, which features our CBE 5-arrow quiver, a 3-pin Tactic CBE sight, a CBE rest and stabilizer, and for $6.99, you're ready to rock and roll. To learn more, please visit EliteArchery.com or your Elite Archery retail partner.
You're watching DeerTech TV. What do you do between whitetail seasons? Maybe a little land management, off-season scouting, or maybe you just kick your feet up and relax. Well, that might change once you find out that it's always deer season in Texas. Axis deer, that is.
Well, it's June and we're headed down to Texas to hunt with our good friend Keith Miller from Texas Trophy Whitetails. So we drive down to Texas. You'd think being from Wisconsin we'd fly, right? But when you're heading to a hunting trip, you're taking everything but the kitchen sink along just to make sure you got the footage. And this year we took the van, and Dan Schmidt was along with us. We had David, our lead producer, and myself, and we just took turns driving. And a couple times Dan was always going to co-pilot for us. The one time he's like, I'll stay up with you all morning long. And he's sleeping within the first 10 minutes down the road. But the trip is always a great time. We had, set up a bed in the back of the van, and one person always slept, so we just kind of kept that rotation going, although Dave and I did all the driving. Of course, we're not whitetail hunting, it's June, right? But he also has exotics, and they have one ranch that's literally just full of axis deer. We're excited. We're going to be bow hunting this year, at least till the last day, and see how it goes. Saw some they call them doll sheep down there, great couple big rams. I thought, I knew Keith wouldn't care if we shot one, and I was kind of debating on it, and I was like, no, I really want to shoot axis deer with my bow, so I held out. With archery gear, I had one really good axis buck come in, and he was like a ghost. He came down like a little road along the side. I saw him right here. Thought he was going to go inside and jump the fence to get into the feed, and literally he got to a certain point and then just stopped before I could shoot. And I'm like, man, there's no way I'm not killing this buck, because he has no way to exit unless he goes right there. And what did he do? He took that exact same trip, and all you see is the big white, big rack of the axis buck truck going away from us. So I'm going to fast forward to the last day. We decided we're going to use the rifles, because it's better to shoot one than to not shoot one. And Keith's got some great spots for rifle hunts where you can see 250, 300 yards away, and I'm kind of excited. And the first one pops out, and he's only got one side. And I'm going to mention this, in Texas they had the freeze last year, so a lot of the bucks that we're seeing literally were deformed in some way. I mean, I saw a big one that just had bases, or they're broke up, they'd be missing some of their tines or missing one whole rack. So getting a big deer in front of you, buck, it was kind of difficult. And I saw a couple smaller ones, and all of a sudden a really nice one come out in velvet. Here he is, last day. I had to go back to the old Browning rifle, but we got it done. A beautiful, beautiful axis. Texas Trophy Whitetails has them, guys. I'm telling you, we saw so many axis tonight. I saw 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 axis, but they had this huge freeze back in March. And a lot of the antlers are either broke, or you'll see it just a huge body buck. I got video of one right before this, just massive body, and he had just little horns. So next year is going to be the year if you're looking for a trophy. But man, I couldn't be more happy for the last day buck, full velvet. This velvet is just absolutely gorgeous. First animal I've ever shot in velvet. Like I said, if you're looking for a spot to go for axis hunt, Keith has them. Give him a call. It is one of the best places and one of the most fun hunts that you can ever have.
You're watching DeerTech TV.
Here he is, last day. I had to go back to the old Browning rifle, but we got it done. A beautiful, beautiful axis. Texas Trophy Whitetails has them, guys. I'm telling you, we saw so many axis tonight. I saw 3, 6, 9, 12, 14 axis, but they had this huge freeze back in March. And a lot of the antlers are either broke, or you'll see it just a huge body buck. I got video of one right before this, just massive body, and he had just little horns. So next year is going to be the year if you're looking for a trophy. Well, here it is, year 2, and we're rewrite. We leave 2 in the morning, you get down to Texas, you talk to Keith, and he's all excited. He says he's got a couple of them patterned. They're seeing all kinds of good bucks, and we're excited just to get in the stand the next morning. You get in there, and a Sika deer starts blowing, you know, and if you've never heard it, it's this high whistle. Literally, Keith and I were going to the blind, and it almost scared me. It was so close. As it's getting lighter, now I can see their whitetails in front of me. And then directly behind the whitetails on the other side of the feeder, you just see this big shadow. Man, I should have known it was an access buck, because I could actually hear, you know, now that makes sense, I could hear his antlers hitting the top of the feeder. So he was kind of like digging around there. So not knowing what to do, I sent a text to Keith, and I took a picture of it, and I was like, well, this one's in front of me. And it comes back almost instantly. That's the one I put you in there to try to harvest. And, you know, of course, when I read that, I put down my phone, and right when you grab your bow, boop, the deer walks right past me, out of my life. Lucky for me, what happened is he saw a whole nother herd of Sitka coming in, or axis bucks coming in, and with some does, and he came in, you know, he followed that whole herd in, and then he was posturing, and literally comes in, he would have gave me like perfect 10-yard shot. I had to scrape underneath the tree, and to you guys, it's gonna look like he's right there in the open. But in reality, I had a branch right over the vitals, so I couldn't shoot. And these things are so spooky. I mean, it adds a whole new element. I mean, they can hear you just like when your release tightens up on your wrist a little bit. So with him so close, I was afraid to even move a muscle. What a great hunt. You know, he ended up walking right in front of me at 20 yards, giving me perfect quarter and away shot. I made the most of it, and he didn't go 80 yards.